talk about how you see Volkanovski doing against each guy in the top 10 of the lightweight division. That's a very, very interesting one. So we've seen Alexander Volkanovski kind of just run through a lot of the guys in the top 5 and the top 10 of the UFC featherweight division, going out there and dominating Chan Sung Jung, going out there and dominating Brian Ortega, maybe aside from the guillotine attempts, and then beating Max Holloway twice. So at this point, Calvin Kattar and Yair Rodriguez have both lost to Max Holloway. He's already beaten Brian Ortega and Chan Sung Jung. Giga Chikadze already lost to Calvin Kattar. So the only real guys that make sense for a future title fight with Volkanovski next are these three guys: Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, and then Bryce Mitchell. Those are the only three guys that maybe in the next half a year, maybe to a full year, possibly could challenge Alexander Volkanovski for a title next. And just thinking about those matchups, I mean, a fight with Arnold Allen. Arnold is a very solid guy. He's got good grappling, good striking, but Volkanovski is going to absolutely wreck him. Josh Emmett, Volkanovski is going to absolutely wreck him. And then Bryce Mitchell, Volkanovski is going to absolutely wreck him. So I see this featherweight division pretty much being on a pretty close, easy ride for Volkanovski. Maybe there's a few guys out there that can give him a challenge, like maybe a Bryce Mitchell, maybe Emmett can land that one punch. There's definitely possibilities they can win, but the question wasn't anyone in the featherweight division. It was, how does Volkanovski do against each guy in the top 10 of the lightweight division? So first off, Charles Oliveira. That's a very, very tough one, in that Oliveira is going to be the better striker. This is one of the times where I am going to go for someone actually being the better striker than Alexander Volkanovski. The reason being is Oliveira is a lot taller, he's a lot bigger, he's a lot lengthier, he's a really good counterpuncher, and then he's got the grappling to fall back on too. So if by any means that Volkanovski goes out there and looks for a takedown, he's probably going to get submitted by Charles Oliveira. And if the fight stays on the feet, I can see Oliveira landing the more powerful shots, landing more shots, just kind of picking apart Volkanovski at range. So for that fight, I'm probably going to lean Charles Oliveira to win that one. I would say a decision, but I can definitely see a submission landed somewhere in there. I mean, we did see Brian Ortega get out there, try to go for those guillotines, go for the triangles, and Volkanovski got away from it. But Oliveira is a whole nother beast, a much better wrestler, a much better grappler than Ortega, and a lot bigger, and just a way better opponent. So I'll go Oliveira there. For Poirier, that's a tough one. Poirier is one of those guys where I can see Volkanovski going out there and maybe out wrestling him, but on the feet, it's pretty close. Poirier is going to be the better boxer. He is a little bit more experienced as an MMA fighter, so I would probably go Poirier there as well. I think he can kind of use that size advantage over Alexander Volkanovski and just kind of outstrike him on the feet. I can't see Volkanovski going out there and like taking down Justin Gaethje or anything like that. Or taking down Dustin Poirier or anything like that. Justin Gaethje, that's another interesting one. The two best leg kickers in their respective divisions. Volkanovski, the best leg kicker in the featherweight division. Justin Gaethje, the best leg kicker in the lightweight division. But again, there's so much more power in the lightweight division compared to featherweight. Gaethje's just a lot bigger. He's got the wrestling as well. He was, I believe, a D1 or D2 wrestler, so it's not going to be like Volkanovski's going to take him down. So yeah, I'll go Gaethje to win that fight as well. Islam Makhachev, that's simple. Islam Makhachev is going to win that one. Maybe striking Volkanovski can win, but Makhachev is just the more experienced wrestler and grappler. I don't think he finishes Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski can survive that one, but yeah, I would go Islam to win that one. Beneil Dariush. Now, this is a closer fight than a lot of the other ones that we've seen out there. In that Beneil Dariush is a solid striker, but if we were given the amount of time for Volkanovski to kind of size up a little bit to that lightweight division, just get a little bit bigger for Beneil Dariush. I believe the wrestling and grappling would cancel each other out, and I can honestly see Volkanovski landing those leg kicks, landing the shots at range, the big powerful overhand rights, left hooks, and things like that, and beating Beneil Dariush. I believe Volkanovski is the more powerful guy there, to be quite honest with you, and I think he throws pretty similar volume to Beneil Dariush. So that's a very, very 50-50 fight, but if maybe like Volkanovski Volkanovski was given like a full year, 9 months or something like that to prepare for that fight, I think he can definitely win that one right there. So I'll go Volkanovski against Beneil Dariush. The other guys, even if he did bulk up, get the size against Oliveira, Poirier, Gaethje, Makhachev, I still think they're gonna win. I don't think he can bulk up that much to where he's gonna beat those guys. But Beneil, I can see that because Beneil's a lot older than Islam, Gaethje, Poirier, and Oliveira. So I'll go Volkanovski against Dariush. Michael Chandler. Yeah, I'm going Michael Chandler all day there. The wrestling will cancel each other out. That one would be a striking fight. And yes, Volkanovski has power, but dude, Michael Chandler is the most powerful guy at lightweight. He's probably going to knock out Volkanovski there. So I'll go Michael Chandler for that one. Javier Dos Anjos, it's a tough one. Javier Dos Anjos is a very good volume striker. He does have wrestling as well. I think that'll cancel each other out. It'll mainly be a RDA versus Volkanovski, just striking fight for the full entire fight. And I think Javier Dos Anjos could win that one, but I think Volkanovski's pressure and his volume will win that one. That's a close one. A lot of these older guys, I can see Volkanovski winning, but a lot of the younger guys here, it's going to be very hard for Volkanovski to beat. So I'll actually go Volkanovski to beat Javier Dos Anjos right there. Tony Ferguson, another one of the older guys. He does have those dart stroke submissions to fall back on every now and then. He's a very solid striker, very crafty, just throws a lot of crazy strikes and crazy submission attempts out there every now and then as well. So this one could be very interesting. I can see Ferguson latching onto a submission somewhere in this fight. Again, this is all if Volkanovski does bulk up to get to that lightweight division, kind of like how John Jones is doing. I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a 50-50 one. Ferguson, he could land that submission, but it's tough. I'm gonna go Volkanovski slightly to win a 48-47 decision. Ferguson will cut open Volkanovski some point in that fight. He'll make it a bloodbath. He'll make it a very, very close battle of a fight. But I think Volkanovski out edges that one very, very slightly. Gregor Gillespie, I'm gonna go Volkanovski to win that one. The wrestling, grappling, I think it'll cancel out. It'll be a striking one. And Volkanovski, he's just the better striker there. So I'll go Volkanovski to win that one. Conor McGregor, I think Volkanovski will go out there, out-wrestle him, out-grapple, take him down, the same thing, and out-wrestle and out-grapple. But there are some guys outside of that top 10, like Arman, maybe like Diego Ferreira, Riddell, Hooker, Gamrot. I think Volkanovski beats all of those four guys, but Arman Tsarukyan, I think he has a very good shot at beating Volkanovski there. So out of the top 10, the only guys I think beat Volkanovski in that top 10 are going to be Michael Chandler, Islam Makhachev, Justin Gaethje, Poirier, and Charles Oliveira. So that would be a crazy thing to happen though if Volkanovski did move on to that lightweight division. But can't wait to see if that does happen. It'll be absolutely insane. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Volkanovski is just going to keep on running through this featherweight division, eventually beat everybody in that top 10, and then move down to that lightweight division? What do you guys think about this? Put your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.